Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I'm getting sounds or recordings. Yeah, so it's not connected, and I don't know what's wrong, but I feel like we can start right now. Yeah, 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 yeah. Everything looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Let's start. Or better still. Hey guys, what's good? What's poppin'? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a video by B. Craig titled "How Ozempic Destroyed Fat Acceptance." And as you can see, I'm a bit on the heavy side, but I mean, it is what it is. I never tried Ozempic. I know what it does, but I feel like the risks outweigh, its worth and things like that. But that, by the way, let's see what we have today. And I'm not gonna go too deep into this. I'm just gonna brief through and like see what's up. Then we can go from there. Cause I've still got other videos I want to watch tonight. But like, share, subscribe. Let's get this shit done right now.
For over a decade, fat acceptance influencers and celebrities have sold us all the same lie. They've told us that being fat doesn't necessarily mean that you're unhealthy and that being big is beautiful. They've said no matter what your body size, you should love yourself. Fat acceptance exploded in popularity, with many plus-size influencers building entire careers on this exact message. However, the same influencers who built entire platforms around radical self-acceptance started losing weight. And after the weight loss, the confessions started coming out, with many revealing that they were never happy in their bigger bodies. For the followers who found comfort and support in these creators' messages, this was a total gut punch and a complete contradiction of what they were saying. What came next was social media outrage, with mass unfollowings, rants posted to TikTok and Instagram, calling out celebrities and influencers for their hypocrisy. But before we dive into exactly what happened, we first need to understand how the body positivity movement, or more specifically the fat activist movement, came to be and what its advocates stood for. And while many people think that the fat
JB.
acceptance movement came as an offshoot of body positivity, it's actually the other way around. It started with NAFA, the National Association to Advance Fat Acceptance Movement, which I've actually covered quite a lot on my channel, saying as many other My 600 Pound Life patients were a part of the group at one point. And if you know my channel, you'll know that I've covered a lot of My 600 Pound Life. Now, the
Yeah,
fat acceptance movement started out
that's my
focusing on
best videos of
discrimination
today.
against fat people, and they were fighting to end weight-based discrimination, separate weight from health, and challenge diet culture. And in the 2010s, the movement became more mainstream to include all bodies, things like different skin tones, scars, and physical disabilities. And you'd think that would be a good thing, but many fat acceptance activists were extremely critical of the takeover, claiming that the struggles of fat people were being sidelined. But it was hard to feel sympathetic for this community when they post things like this.
Of course you want to post your before and after photo. Many see it as a notable accomplishment. So of course you're posting about your weight loss. It makes sense, right? And I don't blame you. I think that wanting to be part of this fitness club is something that society is pushing us all into. And then it turns to be that maybe one of the reasons that you post this is to
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm big though, but like all this shit you're saying is like, god damn. I feel like I ain't gonna say it's a mental disorder, right? But I feel like there's a problem. There's a problem somewhere because I don't know if it's because where I'm from. You know, I understand that. You know, getting this amount of weight is not. Not good. And I'm not that big actually, but like still, that by the way, like putting on weight is not good for your health and shit like that. And then when somebody like loses weight and stuff, you know, trying to better themselves, trying to get better health, like be a better person, like overall, you're trying to bring them down, saying the society is telling us you're trying to join a fitness club. Like that's like I mean, being too thin is a bad thing, and being too fat. I feel like being fat too is a bad thing. Well, not a bad thing, but like the extremes, like usually extremities are like bad. Well, in real life, right? So, yeah, I mean, it's what it is. But a lot of these people here, they've died because they haven't understood that lesson, and they just keep on eating and eating and eating. But let's see what she has to say again.
Inspire other fat people to lose weight. But then that's where you lose me because I thought this whole process was for you. I don't know what the point of posting it is. We can see it. We see you have gotten into a smaller body now. What ends up happening and what you're showcasing is that you went from being the oppressed to being the oppressor. And you're
So that's the thing. Like the uh, let me let her
okay
finish.
with that.
People in the fat accept.
Okay, so like I said, is I would say it's a mental disorder right now because I'm quite big, but I'm not definitely not that big, right? I'm like two how much do I weigh? Like 250. Yeah, yeah. I'm about 6 feet too, so it's big, right? But not that big. Well, I still gotta cut down a lot. But still though, right? What I'm trying to say is, someone's trying to better themselves, and you are like hating on them because they're becoming better. Is a crazy and a wild take. I'll never understand, but it's in America, right? Uh, it's America, I think
Community
so.
regularly belittle other people for losing weight. Like this creator saying that someone else got
Yeah,
into
that's
a
what I call it, a smaller
like
body.
it didn't
Yeah,
take months of hard work and sacrifice to do. Weight loss is a huge
that she
achievement.
can't do.
It's
She
hard, it
can't
takes
do it.
time, and you need to stick to a diet plan pretty much every day. But
Yeah.
the idea of weight loss is so controversial in the fat acceptance community that they actively protest against it, saying that the effects of yo-yo dieting are even worse than just being obese.
Diet and weight loss talk is sensitive for good reason. Like 1 in 4 or 5 people end up with an eating disorder. Most people, I think, like what 90 to 98% of people will gain all the weight back and then some. And that diet cycling can result in worse health outcomes than just staying fat in the first place. Also, if you have an eating disorder and you're fat, trying to get any treatment for that is hell.
To me, watching videos like this just shows that people are not educated enough when it comes to how to lose weight and how to keep it off too. Yo-yo diets are always going to fail because there's no way you can do a juice cleanse or keto for the rest of your life. Any conversations around weight are also extremely triggering for people in the fat acceptance space. So they actively advocate to not talk about it.
Yeah.
But when their favorite plus size
And then things that I don't talk about, it never becomes better. Don't talk about it, it's not gonna become better. That's just the way it works. That's just the way it works.
influencer loses weight and talks about their journey, fans demand an explanation. But because this can be triggering to hear, this same creator suggests getting therapy to work through it, which is just absolutely insane.
And when that one safe space is no longer safe, it can activate a lot of pain and trauma. Again, if you are fat and you're feeling that pain, it's not appropriate to share with that person.
It's always okay to unfollow or block people who share diet content. You don't have to announce that unfollow. Just do what's right for you. So the thing is, this is a very, very bad mentality. Well, about with the people that have eating disorders, I'll keep them aside. But the majority of people that are fat, I can say they just have to stop eating as much, or like reduce your carbs, your calorie intake, and exercise, and you're gonna be good. So I feel like this thing is right. You're fat, and you don't want to be left alone in your fatness. You want people to be around you to support you, emotional support. But the thing is, while doing that, you're not letting other people, right, that are trying to better themselves, be free to talk about it. That's why the people that, start taking Ozempic and shit like that, right, they lose weight and they start losing subscribers because fat people don't see themselves in you anymore. So, yeah, there's nothing good about being fat. I'll just say that right here. There's nothing good about being fat. It's a crazy take that you should just be fat. There's nothing good about that. But just had to point that out. Yeah.
Feeling this way, I really hope you talk to people, a therapist or friends, supportive people in your life to process these feelings because it's valid and it's important.
I can't understand why these people get so offended over what other people choose to do with their bodies. Getting therapy because someone you followed lost weight is absolutely insane.
That's what I'm saying,
It just
like, it's
shows
a
how much the
crazy
community
ass
relies on these other
mentality,
plus-size
bro.
influencers to validate their own feelings.
Yeah.
One of the most prevalent creators in the fat acceptance space is JB, a content creator who wants to share her message that she shouldn't have to change, but the world should accommodate to her. I've done a couple of videos on JB covering her downfall and another one on the body cam footage of her arrest, and I'll link those that you can watch at the end, but make sure you stick around for the rest of the video. Now, JB often takes a movement way too far and causes a lot of outrage on her social media posts.
Things that plus-size travelers hate. When the tray table can't come down, worrying about asking for a seatbelt extender, having little to no room to move, narrow aisles, and bulkhead seats, tiny airplane
I
bathrooms.
ain't gonna lie, like, you know, I'm happy I'm like in the black family and shit, right? Because, well, never in the black family, like, I'm not from America, right? Because my parents, they shit happening, they can spank me and like hit me the fuck up, like, yo, bro, what are you doing? Type shit. You understand what I'm saying, right? But like, I can only imagine like how hard it is to leave this big. This is more than 600 pounds, definitely, right? So I can only imagine how hard it is to leave. I'm not mocking her, but I'm just saying, right? And then the fact that you're trying to make what's the word now? Them accommodate you when like a normal person, like a regular person, shouldn't be that big. So the planes don't have sections for like 600-pound people, right? So it's not meant to. It's not meant to cater for you. These people. It's meant to cater for regular sized people. That's what I'm saying. So I mean, I'm sure this type of people will be like, don't take off your shirts, don't take off your shirts or your tops at the beach. It's inconveniencing others type shit. Just because you've made a mockery of your body, and I've made a mockery of my body too. So I'm not hating on them. I'm just saying the truth. Just because you made a mockery of your body, that doesn't mean others won't get to enjoy their life. And I'd imagine the person that's beside you on that's on the what do you call it now, on the air carrier, right, the plane, is gonna have a hard time because you're taking up too much space. So I mean, it is what it is. But I just feel like I had to just say that and point that out because they're just, they're just, I don't know. It's a mental thing. I feel like it's a mental thing. But let's go.
Worrying you're going to break the toilet. Getting pat down because you're fat. Tiny airport chairs with armrests.
Now this might seem like rage bait, but to the fat acceptance community, it's actually very serious. All of these complaints that JB raises in her video are things that the community are actively fighting for, as they think that fat people should just be accommodated for no matter their size.
Fat liberation, activism, and advocacy. This is where I knew I had to be. I've learned so
I ain't gonna lie. This is so corny because like there are bombs being thrown at the other side of the world. There are people that have lost their parents and shit. There are people that are starving, and then just because you can't control what you eat, I'm guilty of that too. But I'm just saying, just because you can't control what you eat, you're online saying all this shit, and like the people that are behind you, like supporting you and like saying, hey, go, go, go. It's so corny, bro. Like it's an American thing, but it's so crazy that people can actually think this way. Just comment down below what your thoughts are on what I just said right now.
much on this journey. And now I use my experiences as a fat person to help others navigate the same obstacles to live their best, most empowered lives. Whether it's travel, healthcare, or just day-to-day life, I'm here to break down those barriers that exist for fat people. I'm here to challenge the world to make space for us, for fat people, just like everybody else.
The fat acceptance community spent decades fighting to exist without a pressure to be thin and to be unapologetically fat without wanting to change. But when the movement's most prominent voices began to disappear into smaller bodies, the community's followers found themselves wondering whether the acceptance they had been sold was ever really meant to last. Now, enter Ozempic, the infamous GLP-1 drug. And if you've never heard of GLP-1s or don't know how they work, I'll give you a quick rundown. Basically, the drug was initially developed to treat type 2 diabetes, but doctors noticed one significant side effect, which was weight loss. Whether it's Ozempic, Mounjaro, Saxenda, or Ribelsus, they all work relatively the same way. They mimic a hormone in your body that naturally releases when you eat, which is called GLP-1, hence the name. This hormone signals to your brain that you're full, slows down how quickly your stomach empties, and regulates your blood sugar, which all sounds pretty good to me. It essentially tells your brain that you're still full for much longer than you would be, so you can eat less without feeling starving. GLP-1 literally changed the weight loss game forever, because you no longer have to rely on sheer willpower to resist your cravings. You can simply inject yourself once a week and watch the scale drop. Hollywood celebrities and influencers alike are quick to try the drug and seemingly shrink.
I ain't gonna lie, this is one of the worst ass pictures I've seen. Like, changes. This shit is changing his bone density, his bone structure and shit. Man, that nigga looks so crazy right now, boy. Nigga looks so crazy right now, boy. Yeah.
Overnight.
Yeah.
And it seems like the big curves and massive bum of the Kardashian era is over. With the rise of GLP-1s, a new era has begun, what some people are calling heroin chic. As the obsession with the drug grew, the body positivity movement has seemingly shrunk. Now, just quickly, I don't agree with heroin chic, and I do think Ozempic and other weight loss drugs are overall a pretty good thing for obese people. However, as we'll come to see, more and more average people and celebrities are using it when they really don't need to and getting to dangerously low body weights. However, one person that did need it was Lizzo. Lizzo used to be the perfect example of a fat acceptance advocate, as pretty much her entire brand was based around her size and being proud of it.
Let me remind you, baby, minding your business is free. Let me remind you, baby, touching grass don't cost a thing.
But when Lizzo began to lose weight dramatically, everyone noticed, and fans weren't happy. Lizzo was accused of...
I ain't gonna lie, that's a badass thing to say. Like, your fans aren't happy of you losing weight. Like, niggas are so parasocial, bro. Like, man, I didn't want to talk about that.
In her own movement, because for so long, she had told fans that she was proud to be overweight, but now...
No one is proud of being overweight,
bro. It wasn't just the
bro.
weight loss that fans were annoyed about, though, and it was how she did it. After admitting to using Ozempic briefly, fans were quick to hate on her.
The GLP-1 started to become popular when I was pregnant the first time.
Yeah.
I would have been the first in line to do it. I just, like I said, been pregnant, but the Mounjaro, have you tried any of them ever? Like...
I've tried everything. It's just the science for me, calories in versus calories out. Ozempic works because you eat less food.
Yeah, it makes you full.
So if you, it makes you feel full. So if you can just do that on your own and get mind over matter, it's the same.
I honestly think Lizzo's haters don't understand the effort it took for her to lose this much weight.
Yeah.
Whether or not she used Ozempic, she still consistently went to the gym to lift weights and do cardio, and that's got nothing to do with Ozempic.
Lizzo's been losing weight for about a year, but it seems like she's sort of hard launched her weight loss. I actually unfollowed Lizzo about a year.
Nah, this shit right here is like hater shit right now. This someone this person right here, this girl right here she's proud. Well, she isn't proud, but like she's so engulfed in the fat whatever movement that she can't even envision someone wanting to make their life better, right? Mind you, being fat, like I said earlier on, right, it has serious health consequences. Serious health consequences. I ain't gonna say who, but like I have someone that, well, I ain't gonna say it, but like just know we have serious health consequences. You can search it up. They're like several facts, several studies made on that, right? So this is some crazy ass hating right now.
Because it was too much weight loss content.
And she's also trying to cope, but it's sad. It's sad.
Me. A lot of people saying, we knew the body positivity movement was a lie. Finally, thank God. Honestly, this made me very grateful that I've never lost enough weight to have comments like that directed toward me. As a big creator, you do have a responsibility to make a kind of video discouraging the shaming. That's the least you can fucking do. And a lot of these plus-size creators are not even doing that because I guess ultimately they agree with it.
Ex-fans continue to push that Lizzo backstabbed the movement. especially as in 2023, Lizzo was accused of fat shaming 3 of her dancers. Although these claims were dismissed, Lizzo remains one of the movement's biggest hypocrites, simply because she decided to make better choices and start losing weight. And it wasn't just
That's
Hollywood
crazy,
celebrities who were
boy.
criticized for their weight loss transformations, but influencers too. Remy Bader went viral in 2021 for her fashion haul videos and became a very successful plus-size fashion influencer. Remy was also very active in the body positivity community and would regularly post her own skits making fun of other influencers.
I wanna end me.
I wanna end me.
People loved Remy. For the fat acceptance and body positivity community, Remy was a breath of fresh air. She was a plus-size advocate, normalizing being overweight while simultaneously finding nice clothes to wear and just enjoying life. But when she too, like Lizzo, discovered weight loss aids, she fell into hot water with her fan base. Over the course of a year, Remy very visibly started looking smaller and smaller without ever commenting on it.
This is the line. Hold on tight.
And the thing is that she looks way better here, right? She looks way better here. Can't you just like accept that she wants to make her life better? If you know what I mean. But yeah.
And this is a dream. It's all I need. You never know where you'll find it. And I'm gonna take my time. Yeah, I'm still getting it right. This is the life. Hold on tight. And this
Fans started to notice, asking questions about her weight loss and demanded to know what she was doing and if she'd started using Ozempic or had some sort of surgery. Now I would tell the fans, mind your own business, but Remy ignored all the comments, even going as far to delete them and block fans who kept asking. Then in 2025, Remy finally revealed that she'd had weight loss surgery, shocking the fans and the community to the core.
What he told me is that there was a newer surgery, which is what I did. And what everyone online, of course, at this point, everyone's like, okay, well, she did one of the shots or she did the sleeve or something. Like, no one guessed this because it's not a known
It's so
thing.
new.
So it's called Sadie, which is a very long name, but it's like the acronym is
Right.
Sadie, which I would say is a mix of both of those surgeries. They cut out 80% of the stomach. They move around the intestines. I also was, got with my health issues, ended up having a fatty liver. So they actually had to like hold up the liver during that too because it could be dangerous. And
Fans were furious that Remy had kept this secret, blaming her for misinforming her followers into thinking that this much weight loss can be done without any sort of intervention, which actually isn't even true. You can lose that much weight without intervention.
Here's what's crazy. Number one, because she went to being overweight to like very thin, seemingly overnight, and would not address it. After she had spent years and years building a fan base of people who followed her for her plus size content. Now, I'm not saying that she needed to stay plus size. If you're gonna create a platform based on plus size content and create a fan base based on people who look up to you because either it's relatable or that's the type of content that they want to see, and then you lose a bunch of weight, shifting your content entirely and not addressing it at all is why people are like, what the fuck, why didn't she say anything? Also, just going on a Kardashian podcast to say this, no one follows the Kardashians because they're relatable. They follow the Kardashians because either they look up to them or they think their lifestyle is like crazy and, want to follow along. Remy Bader was like a household name at one point for being mid-size plus size content, showing relatability in outfits and life experiences and just talking about day-to-day like what it's like to be a plus size person, and created this whole community and then dropped them. And there's no issue with her losing weight. If she wanted to lose weight, that's totally fine, but you have to acknowledge the fact that that's who your fan base was. You're just kind of leaving them in the dust and not even saying anything. Not talking about how you lost weight, not talking about why you lost weight. And I know people are gonna be like, she doesn't have to do those things, but I kind of disagree with that.
She doesn't have to do
because
it.
that was her whole content. She was a relatable content creator.
Now, while over 300,000 people agreed with this take, I have to disagree. Remy's content was primarily fashion. Being plus size was just a part of it. If you're following Remy just because she's fat, then
That's
why?
on you.
If people have to
Yeah.
unfollow Remy because she's lost weight, then it seems to me like they're more interested in following other fat people just
Yeah.
to make themselves
Yeah.
feel better
Yeah.
about being
Yeah.
overweight.
Yeah.
It's ironic too, because even
And the thing is that they know in their like hearts, like deepest of hearts, that yo, this shit I'm doing is not good for me, right? They know that this shit I'm doing is not good for me. I'm sure they probably have some health scares, and they know that if I keep up what I'm doing, I might eventually die, and that's the truth. I might eventually die. So they're just trying to find somewhere to like just hide and just get some slack for being way overweight.
if Remy had said she had weight loss surgery and was actively tracking her calories, her fan base would have kicked off with her for that too, claiming that her content was becoming too triggering for them.
Yeah.
This is a TikTok that she posted on
That's a
January
sad-
4th, 2025.
It's a sad
In this
group
video,
of
she's
people.
going to show you the meal she's about to eat, and it's extremely misleading. She's showing off the meal, eating fries, showing the brownie she's going to eat at the end, which she never does, eating a chicken sandwich, she only takes 2 or 3 bites, covering her mac and cheese and sauce, and once again, only taking a few bites. So if you've had weight loss surgery or you know someone who has, you know they can't eat all of that. So the few bites that she took is probably all she could have eaten, and she might have even gotten sick after that. So yes, people are pissed because they were led to believe she was eating like that while losing weight.
Watching videos like this makes it so clear to me why people struggle with weight loss. You can absolutely have a cheat meal every now and then, and it won't take you off your diet completely. And I don't care if she didn't even eat it all. I don't see how that's relevant. If you're silly enough to think that Remy lost weight while eating a Chick-fil-A every day, that's on you. Being a plus-size influencer and then deciding to lose weight is just an unwinnable battle. Whether you
Yeah.
disclose how you did it or keep it a secret,
Yeah.
you will face backlash. But Remy's backlash doesn't even come close to the UK TikToker Becky Jones, who receives hate every single day. Becky Jones went viral during the 2020 lockdown for her infamous What I Eat Today video.
A big ass
previously
change,
featuring huge
boy.
portion sizes and taste tests of high-calorie desserts, with her most viral moment being the McFlurry incident.
McDonald's Cheshire Oaks are the best. I've won! McFlurry! Or fruit bag. I wonder what we're going to choose there. Probably the fruit bag.
The video went viral because people obviously thought Becky was lying by choosing a fruit bag over an ice cream. And given the choice, anyone would take the ice cream. But Becky was an easy target to make fun of because she was just unapologetic about what she ate, even if it was causing her to become morbidly obese. People even started creating duets of Becky's videos, counting the calories in each meal, and she would easily consume 4 to 5,000
45. Whew, man. That's tough.
calories in a single day. Her content was centered around food, but she also shared a very strong body positive message with her fans that they should love themselves at any size and not feel pressured to engage with diet culture. At the time, Becky was undeniably overweight, so she would receive hundreds of hate comments on her videos every single day.
I'm a celebrity, get me out of here! Hi everyone, so of course, to get ready for the start of I'm a Celebrity 2024, I have made a little I'm a Celeb treat board. I got all this stuff from M&S, I've got some Colin the Caterpillars, some gummy worms, and just some other chocolatey treats. I also got some gold coins as well, like hopefully representing the stars. I also got some crisps, some onion rings, and some salt and vinegar twist, which I do put in the bowls a little bit later on.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a
can't
lot of
wait to
chocolate
try
right
these
there, boy.
Swiss nutty clouds. I've got some buttons.
Ah,
So you're
damn.
going to be hearing a lot about I'm a Celebrity this year. Buzzing that GK Barry is in there. Big good luck to her, fellow TikToker. And I really hope that more of her goes in. The lineup looks insane, so let me know who your favourite is or who you're rooting for. I feel like every year I watch it, I always like someone different at the end. So a big good luck to all the celebrities in there, and let me know who your favourite is. Enjoy watching. Love you all.
After almost 5 years of constant criticism though, Becky took to social media in early 2025 to announce that she was taking a break because all the hate was damaging her mental health, and honestly, just cannot blame her. She just seems like a nice person with a positive attitude and probably didn't deserve all the harsh comments that she got.
I've decided to come off social media, and I don't want you to think that this decision was made lightly or that I'm not grateful for anyone's support, because I am. I'm so grateful for the following that I've got and what I've built up and what we've built up.
I'm just crying. That's pretty dope, man.
Sorry, I told myself I wasn't going to get upset.
Yeah.
But the last few days, I've been reminiscing and I've been reflecting, and it's just not good for my mental health anymore.
But Becky's exit from social media came at a very strange time, because several months before, Becky announced that she was going to Turkey to undergo weight loss surgery that had been gifted to her by a healthcare company.
So, I am very excited. I have kindly been given the opportunity with Prime Health Concept to have a gastric sleeve.
After her comments were flooded with concerns about having the procedure in Turkey, and with the whole operation being gifted, Becky decided to listen to her comments and not get the surgery as it could be unsafe. But because Becky's exit from social media came so quick after her surgery announcement, fans were quick to suggest that Becky had actually lied to them and had the surgery behind their backs. Using her TikTok break to recover from the procedure and stick to the post-surgery diet of low-calorie foods, which would be a big change from her usual content.
It's very obvious that she has had like a gastric sleeve and won't admit to it. There are videos that have come out where she's literally made videos saying,
this is a, you know, this is a level of, what do you call it now? Parasocialism, bro. Like, god damn. Can't just let someone just like be themselves. Well, I'm not on TikTok, right, so I don't really read it, all that shit, but it's interesting. It's always interesting to see how these people think, you know?
that she got it done, but says that she hasn't. Why is that such a thing? Like, if you do something to better yourself and, like, lose weight, like I have, I've had multiple surgeries now of weight loss, like, why is that a negative thing? Like, you're finally taking control of this issue that you're suffering from, and you're trying to do better. Why not be forthcoming about that?
Fans were adamant that Becky had actually got the surgery and was lying to everyone about it. One fan even went as far to dissect a video of Becky and claim that she had scars that matched those of a gastric sleeve surgery.
Becky Jones has accidentally shown one of her surgery scars on one of her videos, and it is the exact same place of one of my bariatric weight loss surgery scars. You have 4 or 5 depending on the surgeon, and this is in the exact correct place of where one of the rods would go for the keyhole surgery. So this is where they put their rods and things and all their equipment. Now look at this one here. Might want to zoom in a little bit, but here. This is exactly where one of my other ones are, and if you look at the diagram, the other ones would be, sometimes they go around the belly button, down here, maybe here, or up here, or down here. Because she's got quite an excessive amount of loose skin, the scars could have come down quite low.
It's so weird that this creator felt the need to share this, but from my perspective, this isn't proof that Becky had a gastric sleeve at all. If it is a scar, it could be proof that she had keyhole surgery, which could be for literally anything. Even something like getting her appendix or a gallbladder removed. Because the use of weight loss aids like surgery and GLP-1s become so mainstream, people are almost shocked that someone could lose weight naturally. That undermines the entire fat acceptance movement of not being able to choose to be fat. The hate videos for Becky kept on coming, and even though she responded to the accusation...
I ain't gonna lie. But the thing is, right, I never done this shit, but, you know, if I think, because I always try to be, like, truthful and, like, give my real thoughts on things, right? But, I mean, you start a social media account, you're posting, you're talking about all this shit, and then you just go offline. Well, we don't actually know if she went offline, right? Well, we don't know if she did that and she got the surgery, so that's okay. But, like, I feel like the fans, like, wanting to know what's up, I don't feel like that's bad, but I feel like the way they're going about it is crazy, though. Like, if you look, it comes across that they're, I don't know how to put it, but, like, I just feel, partialism is a thing, right? So, it's what it is, but I just feel like there would have been better ways to just go about it and not go guessing, or just wait for her to come forth and say whatever she wants to say, you know? instead of putting out allegations, but yeah, that's what it is.
Many times on TikTok, fans still didn't believe her.
Okay, now I have put a trigger warning at the beginning because mentioning weight loss, because I got asked this question probably the most. It was near enough every single question. The one was, why are you lying about weight loss surgery or Mounjaro? Now, I've got nothing against anybody that's had weight loss surgery or Mounjaro. Whatever avenue people are taking to lose weight, it's their decision. None of my business at all. I have said probably on the last two Q&As, month 1 and month 2, that I have not had weight loss surgery and I'm not on any weight loss drugs, and I stand by that. I can't prove it to you, but I don't need to prove anything to
That's true.
anybody.
That's true.
All, and I've learned that now.
Yeah.
I don't need to sit here and do a big, oh my God, guys, I am not on this, I am not on that, I
Yeah.
haven't had this.
That's
I
true.
don't need to do that. I
That's
know
true.
myself. That's the end of it. I'm not. Believe it or don't believe it. That's the question, isn't it?
Even if Becky Jones did use a weight loss aid, it's not relevant to her content. She still makes what I eat in a day videos, but she just makes them healthier instead. And I don't see why her audience feel like they need an explanation of how she lost weight.
I did not come back to TikTok in September to be like, guys, I've lost weight. That was not my intention. It was not my goal. Like I've said, my content was never going to be, my page wasn't going to become Becky Jones for fitness or Becky Jones for how to lose weight. That's never been my goal for my journey on TikTok or as a content creator. I come back, and to be fair, most of my weight that I've lost has been from September until now. When I look back on how much I weighed and stuff, it's been from September till now. That like the most weight's come off. And yeah, I think people are just getting confused because they're like, oh, well, you're not being honest with us and you're not telling us how you've done it. But my intention isn't to be a weight loss page.
Becky isn't a nutritionist. She isn't a personal trainer. She's just a normal person. What worked for her might not work for everyone else. People might need to eat lower calories than she did, or they might not need to do as much exercise as her. Her page isn't about weight loss, and it never has been. She doesn't show her weight on the scale or talk about how many calories she needs to eat.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Complaining as much as they are. Becky is exercising every day, doing workouts and going for runs. So it's no real surprise that she lost the weight naturally if she did. I just can't understand why people see this as a bad thing. You can see from her content that she's a much happier person having lost the weight. Being able to fit into more clothes and being able to go outside more without getting out of breath. One of Becky's recent TikToks went viral on Twitter, getting over 1 million views overnight, and the comments are just awful. The comments flick between calling Becky a liar.
God damn. She looks scary, oh my God. Some people aren't meant to be skinny. Wish she would just admit she had a gastric sleeve. She's horrible, dangerous liar. She either had a gastric... Yeah, you know what? I take back what I said earlier. All these people are crazy. Nah, they're crazy. They're crazy. They're definitely crazy. Boy, man, it's crazy.
I wish that she would just admit that she had a gastric sleeve. She's a horrible, dangerous liar.
That's
She's
crazy.
either had a gastric sleeve, which would explain the mince, or Mounjaro. Grim. But I think it's really clear why so many people are truly angry with Becky. It's because that she lost weight before they did.
Yeah.
Now, I honestly think Becky's fans used her page as a cope to begin with, thinking that because Becky ate 4,000 to 5,000 calories a day, so could they, because they could live in comfort in thinking that they were never as big as she was. But now, Becky is slimmer than they are, and her fans are going crazy because of it. How are her collarbones more prominent than mine? She's skinnier than
That's
me now,
crazy.
OMG. Can't believe she got skinny before me. No way her collarbones appear more than mine. What? Why is she low-key getting skinnier than me? Okay then, Becky. It's often overlooked with Becky's old type of content that you
Some
can't
sad
keep
niggas.
living
I'm
this
trying to call
lifestyle
them right
forever.
now.
If you eat this much food, you'll either eat yourself to immobility, or if you are overweight, you will end up with a lot of loose skin by the time you lose the weight, which is a situation that Becky is currently in. And Becky has gone from being hated for being overweight to being hated for losing the weight, and she literally can't win. Whether Becky had a gastric sleeve, a GLP-1, or did it naturally, I don't care. It's none of my business, and it's none of anyone's business.
Yeah.
It doesn't make Becky's journey any less valid. Becky Jones has gone from being a girl who couldn't walk around B&M and getting out of breath to someone who can run a 10k. No amount of weight loss surgery or Ozempic can make you that motivated. Becky literally does multiple workouts every single day and is constantly pushing herself to new limits. Weight loss aids stop you feeling hungry. They don't walk you to the gym for a session or take you to the park for a run. That's all on Becky or whoever's losing weight. And if people aren't willing to accept that, that's their own problem. So many of Becky's fans have tried to cancel her for not wanting to share how she lost the weight. But why do we have a right to know? Becky still stands for the body positivity community, but it feels like they've left her behind. Now, I've talked a lot about Becky, but her situation isn't unique. She represents a clear pattern happening on social media right now. Weight loss usually happens behind the scenes, but the internet usually demands an explanation. The group known for not judging people's bodies is literally doing exactly that. It is a double-edged sword. If they admit to using jabs or surgery, they're a fraud. And if they didn't, they're liars. The effort that Becky and these other influencers put in has been completely undermined by the movement, accusing them of cheating and actively trying to make them feel ashamed for losing weight. This is because the body positivity movement
Do y'all peep that?
exists
Do y'all peep that? That's a crazy ass transformation right there. One of the ones I need.
accusing them of cheating and actively
Yeah. I got locked in the summer, boy. I fuck with all this shit, man. I
trying
fuck
to
with this
make them
shit
feel
hard.
ashamed for losing weight. This
Yeah.
is because the body positivity movement largely exists to push back against the idea that fat people lack willpower or discipline, and that for some people, it's just flat out impossible to lose weight. If being fat is a choice, it undermines their entire movement. Body positivity was supposed to be liberating people from the exhausting pressure to keep up with beauty standards and staying slim. It was supposed to mean that your body was yours to do what you want with, and now it seems like the opposite. It really comes down to this. Now that weight loss surgery and GLP-1s are so accessible, losing weight and being slim is easier than ever before. And although GLP-1s and weight loss surgeries are seen as a rich person's way of losing weight, I feel like they are becoming more and more accessible.
Yeah. That was a good ass video, man. I appreciate you all for sticking around. If you are here, like you're still watching me right now, you're probably one of my top fans. And at this point, can you just subscribe? Well, please subscribe, like, and subscribe, and let's get this video out there. It's been a while since I last streamed. I've been busy, taking classes and trying to figure out shit. But we're back today, man. We're back today. Yeah. Love y'all. See y'all later. Bye. Man, I can't even get into this shit. Ain't gonna lie. But we have to go get this shit right here, boy. Yeah. So just a little authentication I need done. Yeah. Trying to log into my chats on YouTube to see if I have any live viewers and stuff. So, yeah, I think I'll probably see if I have any live viewers. But is she on? Like, this shit's not working. Man. Yeah, let's go to the next video. I think I've got a few. Actually, though. You should probably go check out my other videos, they're pretty tough. Yeah. Man. Chart the Builder, man. Chad the Builder. I'm just diving with that first. I'm gonna just watch this. Yeah, I'm gonna watch this one first.
Chad has reached.
Alright, bet. So, hey guys, what's good? What's poppin'? Welcome back to the channel today. That's a badass intro. Hey yo, what's good? What's poppin'? Welcome to the channel. Today I have a video by Poetic Flacco titled "Chad Begs Black People for Help after receiving more bad news today." So I reacted to a Chad the Builder a video I think about a day or two ago, and I got 0 views. So I don't know if some censorship is happening there, but yo, just go check that shit out. But that, by the way, let's dive right into this video. Let's see what's up with Chad the Builder. By the way, like, share, subscribe. Let's get this video out there, and yeah, bless, man.
Chad has reached new levels of desperations and audacity I've never seen before. Chad is speaking out from jail. They announced that he can't access any of the money that he raised on the GiveSendGo because he was logged into the GiveSendGo on the phone that's currently confiscated by the police department. So he can't verify that he has access to the funds to be able to withdraw. So now the new strategy is more begging. Okay, now we're gonna get into how ridiculous the begging has gotten, but before we get there, they dropped a commercial, right, to get people to, I guess, feel sorry for Chud, and they spoke to the black community for about 70% of this video, and these people got the audacity to try to rope us into Chud's silliness, to try to make us feel bad for Chud, and ask us to stand with Chud in these times. Are y'all stupid?
Thank you so much for sharing all the information we're putting out at Operation Free Dalton. It's crucial we get this out as soon as possible.
I ain't gonna lie, this nigga right here is a whole ass nigga. But for all the shit say, I don't give a fuck about that shit. This nigga's a whole ass nigga right here, boy. Like, the fact that you take America back from what? I gotta block these people, bro.
Wide as we can, because we have to hold these officials accountable for
what?
The weird they do.
Okay.
And the discrepancy between bond amounts given to people with multiple priors, murders, rape.
Oh, that was an angle they're using.
Unspeakable, some of the things these people have done.
Okay.
Versus Dalton's unprecedented $1.25 million
Woo!
bond. And the DA, Robert
That's
Nash,
a good ass amount.
wanted to give him no bond. But this same DA gave individuals who committed multiple murders.
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. So we aren't even seeing this shit like on this shit, boy. Man, what's going on? What is going on here? Ugh, fuck. My bad, my bad, guys. My bad. Yeah, so y'all have been seeing the wrong screen. So, yeah, my bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. My bad. So, I'll just start again. Just start again. Just start again. Yep. So, yeah. What's good, what's poppin'? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a video by Poetic Flacco titled "Chad Begs Black People for Help After Receiving More Bad News Today." So you all have probably seen my last video. Well, no, actually you probably haven't, because I got 0 views on that vid, and I think it was pretty censored. So you all should go check out that video too and show some love. By the way, like, share, subscribe. Let's get this video out there, and let's see what else Chad has for us today, man.
Reached new levels of desperations and audacity I've never seen before. Chud is speaking out from jail. They announced that he can't access any of the money that he raised on the GiveSendGo because he was logged into the GiveSendGo on the phone that's currently confiscated by the police department. So he can't verify that he has access to the funds to be able to withdraw. So now the new strategy is mo begging. Okay, now we're gonna get into how ridiculous the begging has gotten. But before we get there, they dropped a commercial, right, to get people to, I guess, feel sorry for Chud. And they spoke to the black community for about 70% of this video. And these people got the audacity to try to rope us into Chud's silliness, to try to make us feel bad for Chud and ask us to stand with Chud in these times. Are y'all stupid?
Thank you so much for sharing all the information we're putting out at Operation Free Dalton. It's crucial we get this out as soon as possible, as far and wide as we can, because we have to hold these officials accountable for the weird they do. And the discrepancy between bond amounts given to people with multiple priors, murders, rape.
Okay.
It's unspeakable.
That's the angle
Some of the
things
things
today.
these people have done
Okay.
versus Dalton's unprecedented $1.25 million bond.
Mm.
And the DA, Robert Nash, wanted to give him no bond. But this same DA gave individuals who committed multiple murders, priors, bonds less than $100,000. A lot of people think this is attacking white people, freedom of speech, and
No, get the fuck out here, boy. Oh, fuck out here. Fuck out here. So this nigga Chad right here, if y'all don't know about Chad shot a black man on the street and he shot himself too. So y'all should check my previous video because I talked about that. So he did all that shit. And mind you, Chad, I think it was already on probation though for like a previous court case. Right? So that's like 2 active like court cases he has right now, right? That, by the way, he has been doing this racist shit on Kick for about more than a year right now, right? And even his strong ass supporters don't even support him anymore. Well, not on Twitch, but like not on Kick, but then like, you know, I don't know that nigga's name, but like, yeah. So basically, right, all this shit this nigga is saying right here is all fucking stupid, man. All fucking stupid. Take America back. Take America back from what? Gloves. Let me even see what I was gonna say right now. I'm just gonna say
for the crimes black people commit.
Okay.
But
Okay.
what we have to understand is, in black community, listen when I say this.
I don't know who this dweeb that Chud has roped into being his own personal liaison while he's in prison.
Yeah.
But this dude is also a suspected white supremacist. He
Oof.
lacks charisma.
Yeah.
He lacks intelligence. He's pretty dumb, to be honest.
Yeah.
Now, you want for the black community to listen up. Y'all close your ears. I'm going to do all the listening for us, all right? And let y'all know if this is something we need to consider, right? But they are effectively about to try to make the black community get on board with going against the police on behalf of Chud. But not because
Fuck
we
out here.
like Chud, according to them, but because we should stand against the police. Man, listen, man, if y'all think that we is that stupid, if y'all think y'all can say F the police and get us on board to help out Chud's cause, you're out of your mind. You are losing your effing mind. Black people, the overwhelming majority of us, want Chud to spend the rest of his life in prison. And we don't care how it happened. We the wrong demographic to be speaking to, brother. It ain't working.
When they give these low bonds to the people terrorizing your communities, they're doing that to hurt you. That's a weapon. As much as this high bond is a weapon against Dalton and free speech.
Let's take it away, man. Let's because you know it said well yeah, the bond for black people should I feel like it should be higher, right? But I'm not giving an excuse to what Chad does. He's let's see what it said again. It said
Against
something that
Dalton
was and free speech. Yeah, yeah. So the thing is, right, in America, well, I'm not in America, but I understand that you have free speech, right? But what he did, well, I think you could probably call it free speech if you think about it, right? You know, being racist is free speech. But when the consequences of your actions, like when you get those consequences, right? Take it as a man, right? You can't be charged with like all this shit, and you have one homeboy saying, "Hey, please help me," blah blah blah. Nah, 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 nah. All that shit was talking big, was talking big balls shit like for like a year now, being racist online and shit. I haven't watched his streams. I've seen people talk about it, and he's racist, blatantly racist. So yeah, he has freedom of speech. He can do what he wants to do, but when the problems of his actions, you know, when he gets those problems, he should be ready to take accountability for that and stop blaming black people for what you do to yourself, man.
Letting these criminals go for next to nothing, knowing they're gonna kill people you know, your friends and family at some point, these people are the problem.
Yeah, the problem. Okay, yeah, the problem. True.
Dalton was exposing that. He found himself in the middle. And before I play the audio of Dalton, I just want to let you know that Dalton's not, like, he's just a dude. He's a contractor.
Nah, he's a
who got
racist.
canceled over this word.
Okay, okay.
You know, he took the word that ruined his life and
Okay.
found himself not being able to have a job. I mean, the cancel efforts to get him fired and
So the thing is, he won't say the word he said. For all y'all of you that don't know, he said the word nigga with the hard R, bro. He said the word nigga with the hard R. He's a racist ass nigga right there. He's racist. And the fact that I didn't want to say what he said shows that you know that it's a bad thing to say for white people to say to black people. You don't say those kind of things. It has meaning. All those words have meaning behind them, right? So you can't even say it too. So all this begging and pleading, I think I'm talking too much right now, man. But you all understand what I say. You all understand what I mean, right? Comment down below if you understand what I mean.
to not get him work when he started his own business, a lot of people put a lot of effort into that.
I'd imagine.
And black people, let's just be honest. The blackest thing you could do if you had your life ruined over talking shit to a white guy, blackest thing you could do is walk around, call everyone, you're gonna get paid for it. That was the spirits of the civil rights movement.
Chud is currently in prison suffering, so I guess they want you to also suffer, right, by playing with your emotions and pissing you off and getting you angry.
That's a bad attempt, though.
Any human being is this stupid.
Yeah,
right?
that's a
so
bad
don't get
attempt.
mad at, laugh at this.
Yeah.
Right? Laugh at this. Know that Chud right now is in prison with no commissary, no food whatsoever, all right? And he's eating oatmeal and dry bread
Good ass
for
boy.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? In solitary confinement. Have pleasure in that. These little racist jokes and remarks they're making, man, we not worried about this, man. Right?
Yeah.
Your boy gonna suffer.
He's gonna spend 25 years, boy.
Right?
Yeah.
He's gonna spend the rest of his life as an absolute pariah. It's over with for you guys.
Yeah.
Right? We don't even got to respond, rebuttal, right? Rebuke those remarks that the civil rights movement was all about people like Chud going around and having a right to call black folks the N-word to their faces, and when they get upset, he maces them in the eye. We don't even need to respond or rebuttal that. We know it's nonsense. Whoever
Yeah.
the spokesperson is, he's terrible at his job, and he's probably dumber than Chud. But other people, right, who apparently have stuck up for Chud, they have somehow conveyed this message a little better than him. The message here is, hey, black people, we can't trust the police. We can't trust the government. The government is corrupt. We now acknowledge how they do you. Are you guys really going to be on the side of the government as they do this to Chud? Do y'all think a $1.25 million bond is fair And yeah, yeah, we think it's fair. Yeah,
I ain't
yeah,
gonna lie, they should
yeah,
have
we think
raised
it's
that
fair.
shit,
Okay,
boy.
yes.
They should
we
have
think it's
raised that shit
100%
to
fair.
about 5
Okay,
million.
when Chud was out here advocating for black people to be sent back to Africa,
You see,
when,
wait, you see. So the thing is, I didn't even know about all this shit, right? So he said all this shit. Yo, take him, bro. Like, it's long overdue for this shit. Take him. So I ain't gonna lie, bro. Take him.
he's out here advocating for black people not to be able to live in civilized society with
Wow.
white people.
Wow.
What, like you think that Chud? You think that Chud would be
That's a
out here
good one.
advocating for justice and equality for black people? You think Chud would be out here advocating for the justice system doing a black man wrong? Chud wouldn't give a damn. So no,
Yeah.
you can't rope in like our struggles with the justice system into this Chud situation. Chud is somebody who despises black people. He hates black people, and his hatred for black people got him in this situation. So he got to lie there, do his time. All right. What you crying for?
Yeah, what you crying for, boy?
You wanted to be a representative and a martyr for white folks, right?
Nah, for the KKK.
Everybody wants to be a martyr. Nobody wants to die. I don't get it. You gotta reap the consequences if you want to be a martyr.
That's what I'm saying.
No, your consequences is you gotta rot in prison. Do that time. Do it and shut up. Now, Chud asked this dude to deliver a message. Now, Chud's first message from prison, he hasn't learned a goddamn thing. He hasn't learned a single thing from prison, bruh.
Let's hear
He's
it.
still playing the victim. He's still crying and whining. He's still lying and pretending like he did nothing wrong.
And he was just starting to earn respect and build bridges between the black
No, this
community.
fucking nigga saying,
Understood
boy.
that he wasn't doing it out of hostility, or that he didn't, or that he hated black people. That wasn't the issue. You saw how he lit up when he would ask people, "Do you believe in free speech?" and then drop the.
Yeah, I'll be real, yo. The ridiculousness of this is somehow humorous, bro. It's funny, man. Chud was building bridges with who? With whom, may I ask, was Chud building a bridge with? Which black people? No. Must be the black folks in Australia, bro. Right? The maybe Chud was building a bridge with the Aboriginals, but it can't be black people in America. Are you high? Yo, these people are, understand this, and this video should be the only proof you need. These people are shameless. They got no shame face.
Yeah, we know.
All right? These are the people we're dealing with. So you got to be equally as shameless as these. These people will look you in your eye and tell you a lie. Chud, if you're watching this, I ain't never give you no advice. Get rid of that dude, bro. That dude is horrible. Now, Chud eventually, right, sends in a message from jail. And boy, he's at his lowest, man. Yeah, he is at his lowest. This man is begging and groveling for any help he could get, man. Oh, he is desperate. I knew this man was desperate. This man said, Aiden Ross, build me out, please. I'll fight for free if you build me out. Oh, no, this man, I love to watch racist white people get humbled. I love it.
Yeah.
Watch how humble Chud is right now, man. He came a long way from Mr. Motion.
I ain't gonna lie. So the thing is, right, like I said, I don't think I've said it before, but like I'm just new to this YouTube thing, so I don't really know a lot about American culture. I don't really know a lot about like black people. Like I know I'm black, but like I came from Nigeria and shit, so I didn't really know all that stuff. I know that my people got traded as slaves like way back before, right? And I'm what do you call it now? I don't know what the word is, but like God, I support them and I'm with them, right? So whatever struggle they face, even though I don't face it, I didn't face it, I'm still like apathetic to them, right? So I'm never gonna go back on my roots and my black people wherever they are in the world. So we've been through a lot. So that being said, though, so I don't really know a lot about American history and things like that, but I started YouTube and I started like watching YouTube videos and like reacting and stuff like that. So I can tell when someone's being racist, and trust me, that guy's racist. He's definitely racist. So just bear with me. I'm not really. Sometimes I might be, I might not speak properly. I might, say some off things or one or two things, but just bear with me. I'm not really too informed on American culture and things like that. Just pointing that out. Yeah.
200,000 ain't enough.
Hey everybody, it's Chud. I'm doing alright in here. They got me locked up by myself. I just wanted to
They
tell
got me
everybody
locked up.
it brings me to tears to see all the support that I'm getting. To hear everybody that's trying to help me out. And man, I love all you guys. And I'm sorry that this bullshit is going on. But truth always comes to light. The Lord is with me in here. They can never take him from me.
The Lord.
Thank you guys for all your support.
That's a good one.
It genuinely means the world. I don't even know what to think. I just want to get out of here so that I can see the light of day, hold my son, hold my girl, see my family again.
I ain't gonna lie. Mind you, his mom. Well, I heard his wife's racist, right? But his wife called him, and she was like, rather, she's gonna change their daughter's name because of all the negative press they are getting, and it's affecting the family. So, just have to point out this for all you racist ass niggas out there, you have to know that this shit can actually affect your family and your livelihood. So, just pointed that out.
Thank you to everybody who sent any money. So I gotta get out of here so that we can do something, so we can fight this. Listen, Aiden, Miss Dalton, Chud, if you can get me out, help with the bond. I cannot access my funds until I get out of here because no one has access to any of my Gifts and Go or my crypto wallets, etc. I have to get out of here so that I can get verification processes to get into all of these funds. I will fight for free. If you can help me out to post bail, I will fight for free. We'll do whatever it is you want to do, bro. I need somebody with big money who can throw down, who can support me.
You might help him. He might help him.
Unfortunately for Chud, if he's waiting on Aiden Ross to bail him out, he's gonna be in jail for a very long time. Now, Aiden Ross has done some horrible things. Like, Aiden Ross gave, Gypsy Crusader almost $100,000 to fight, and the only thing Gypsy Crusader has ever done is do, live streams disparaging black people. So, Aiden Ross is also a despicable human being as well.
Yeah,
But
we know.
even Aiden Ross is not this despicable,
We know.
right? Because Aiden Ross actually responded back to fans
you
asking
never
him
know.
to bail out Chud, and here's what he had to say.
All right. Yeah, bro, listen. I'm going to just tell you this, bro. I already said my take on him. I already said what I said about him, bro. I really would, prefer not to get into, dumb, hateful night. It's a really special night for Drake and for us and for all the fans. So let's just not even talk about this. Send me Drake.
I ain't gonna lie, that Drake album was ass, boy. I only had 3 songs I liked though. That shit was ass, but I mean, only had 3 good songs, but you know how it is. Drake's just on a generational L, man. He still got Kendrick in his mind. He still got all these niggas that left him in the past on his mind, boy. I nigga has to move on, bro. Oh, by the way, let's continue.
Drake only, bro. Can you bet on Chud, the Chud guy? What's his name again? Joe. Holy shit. So he is on here. Can you pay his bail? Imagine the clips. Dude, no. Absolutely no. What the hell? Are you...
They're getting so desperate, new levels of desperation. They're now asking a black man in Tristan Tate to pay Chud's bond. So they go, bill out Chud. Tristan Tate goes, I actually am not such a fan of his. I was asked to bill him out, and it was only $1.2 million, so I looked into his content. No. If you provoke a man, be ready for a fist fight. That's the law I live by. $0 donated. Now, Jake Shield, who is this, 63 IQ, inbred, just disgusting human being, he writes and he says, I initially had the same view. No, you didn't, Jake Shields. Jake Shields, you and Chud are the same person, Jake. Cut it out. But after looking into the case, I saw the guy wasn't actually provoked. I watched videos and saw that Chud wasn't what they claimed he was. I'm sure you can relate to the chat. Hold on. Jake Shield says, after looking into the case, I saw the guy that Chud shot wasn't actually provoked. What case did you look into that you figure out a guy wasn't provoked? Because from everything we've gathered, from the police report, from the police, from the charges, they're saying Chud is who instigated this conflict. Chud had his hand on his gun, brandishing his gun while calling a dude the N-word before any altercation even took place.
Yeah, yeah.
So what exactly? He goes and he says, I watched videos and saw that Chud wasn't what they claimed he was. I'm sure you can relate to that. Tristan Tate says, can you send him over? You'll be waiting all day. But this is just despicable, man. They're all across the timeline right now. If you go and get involved in this Chud community, they're like on the timeline right now, like publishing all type of statistics. Hey, I pulled all the bail and the bonds from all the attempted murder cases, and none of them exceed 250. Well, this is a special scenario, right? It's a special circumstance. I'm sure you can't find, right, any attempted murder charges of somebody who premeditated it for months as they go around and antagonize people. I'm
More than
sure
a
you
year,
can't
actually.
find any attempted murder charges where the person being charged with attempted murder is vowing to murder a black person and get away with it.
Yeah.
Man, y'all let me know what y'all think.
I appreciate, man. I love the content. Shout out to my man, Poetic Flacco. Love his vids, always so inspirational, for an aspiring, content creator and shit. But if you're listening here, love y'all. Appreciate y'all for viewing this video, even if you might not see this video. But then, like, share, subscribe. Let's get this video out there, the normal shit. And do subscribe. It really helps out a lot, trying to do this content creation stuff. And it's not looking so promising, but, I mean, we don't give up. That's how we're doing this family. So, yeah. Love y'all. My online fans, I don't even know if I have anyone online with me today, but I think I watched that. I watched this. I don't want to watch. Yeah, I want to watch. Should I watch that? Nah. I'll probably just watch this one right here. Yeah.
So there's a huge content creator by
Yeah. By the way, I ain't gonna lie, my what do you call it now? My Timberwolves were kicked out of the playoffs by the Spurs. That was pretty bad for me, but I mean it happens. Didn't really expect much, because we're down Dante and Ant was on like 2 bad knees or 1 really bad knee, but both knees weren't too good, and Ayo was in a bad state, but is what it is. So yeah, Spurs got the win against the Thunder. I'm so happy. So happy because, man, SGA getting MVP is crazy. I ain't gonna lie, but yeah, I don't feel like his MVP talent level, but like, nah, Wemby's the clear MVP in my opinion. But respect to Shea for getting the MVP. I ain't gonna hate on him. He had a really good year this year, but like playoffs, he hasn't been too good at all. But let's dive back into this video. Hey, yo, what's good? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a video by... Nah, that's not it. That's not it. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, go. Hey, what's good? Just popping. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a video by Antonio Talks titled "This Streamer Exposed the Truth About Black People." I ain't gonna lie. I just started doing content creation, and I've been seeing a lot of shit about black people on the social media and content creator space, but I don't know. Let's see what Antonio Talks has to say for us today. And by the way, new content creator, shit is not looking so promising right now, but would appreciate like, share, subscribe. Really goes a long way, And let's see what we have today. That's what we have
So there's
today.
a huge content creator by the name of Joe Bartolosi. Millions on TikTok, millions on Twitch, millions on YouTube. This is a huge guy. Recently on Twitter though, a clip of him has went viral expressing his feelings about black people. So the post has over 10 million views. It's sitting at 100,000 likes. And his caption, Joe Bartolosi goes off on people who say black people are more likely to commit crimes than white people. Just off that caption alone, you are a white boy. But nah, for real though, it's refreshing to see a straight white American male in 2026 that isn't a bigot. I gotta show respect to Joe for that. He has a huge platform and he could easily grift and be racist and the edgy white teens will eat it up. But no, he got morals. But let's watch the video.
Do not commit more crimes than white people on a personality basis. If you're going to say statistically they do, that is only because of impoverished areas in the lives that they've been given because of the implications that have been put on them through, what is it called? Systemic racism. They've been given a shit hand and therefore live in that shit hand and are more likely to commit crimes if they're impoverished, living in areas where they have to survive.
It's that simple. It's
I ain't gonna lie, shout out to my brother, bro. That was a good ass one, man. You know, I've been in Canada for about 2 years, bro. So I ain't gonna talk about that shit right now, but you know, I'm learning about my people all over the world and shit. And shout out to my people all over the world. Shout out to him too. That's a good ass take right there. You know, I like people being truthful about, you know, the way she goes. It warms my heart.
Truly that simple. I
Yeah.
explain it all the time.
Yeah.
Y'all know I tell y'all to always go back if you want the answer to things. Cause and effect. Trickle down economics. Although black America isn't as bad as they really like to portray it, it's really just the internet and the cherry picking that make it look worse than what it is. But we do have our problems. And those problems exist because of what black Americans have went through. I'm gonna do a short synopsis. A lot of people say I say the same things over and over in my videos. Well, I get a lot of new viewers in my videos, so I tend to repeat things. So yeah, but anyway, the reason black America has the dysfunction that it has, let's go back to slavery. And in fact, it only ended, what, 200 years?
Slavery was effectively abolished in the United States in 1865 with the ratification of the 13th Amendment. It means as of 2026, it has been approximately 161 years since the legal institution of chattel slavery ended, and it's still rampant today.
Something
Yeah.
But anyway, slavery, that was 400 years of brutal, non-stop work. And in my opinion, it was an attempted genocide. And a lot of people love to downplay chattel slavery. No, this was something, man, what? But just the things we went through during slavery, the psychological problems, those things still can transfer over in 2026. It's called epigenetics. So we went through that. Then we were released in 1865. We were considered free, but not really free.
Not really
We dealt with
free,
Jim Crow,
yeah.
segregation, the KKK, all types of unfair treatment. Then we could talk about things such as redlining, right? Where they literally mapped us off in certain areas so we
they
could
zoned
have
them out.
access to the better jobs,
Yeah, I heard
better
of that too.
resources. They would run highways over certain areas. Then we could talk about the 1950s, the 1960s, when a lot of black leaders started to realize, like, man, we got to do something about the problems we're dealing with. I highly recommend everybody read the autobiography of Malcolm.
Autobiography of Malcolm X. I gotta check this out, bro. Like, I gotta look into my black history. You know, as a brother, you know, this is what it is.
And the things that this brother is talking about and he's dealing with in the 1960s, y'all, it's literally something that I see in 2026, right? I know I'm kind of going off topic. I love to rant, but in this book, it was a certain section he was talking about. And what happened was some black people did something dumb where a white woman was killed. And they immediately tried to just, you know, put all the blame onto black people. But Malcolm X was like, well, y'all can't just point the finger because the reason that they were even messed up in the first place is because of the conditions that you guys placed them under, right? And I look at that the same way in 2026, they love talking about YN culture, this and that. I don't approve any of this. But also, these are the conditions that you guys harbor. You guys put the drugs in the neighborhood. You guys put the weapons in the neighborhood. You did all of these things. So now in 2026, you're still getting the byproducts and want to just put all the blame on us. No, y'all got to take some blame too. But anyway, back in the 1960s, we had black power movements, okay? Black Panthers, Malcolm X, MLK, Fred.
I didn't even know Black Panther was a thing. Kind of a lot. It's my first time finding out, man. I gotta look into my black knowledge, bro. Go lock in.
All of these type of groups and leaders tried to come up and basically guide the black community. Anytime we tried to organize and they saw something, they knocked them off. In fact, there is a whole program put in place just to disassemble black power movements. It's called COINTELPRO. After this, we have the chemical warfare. Okay, that's heroin, that's crack cocaine. In fact, most of the parents of the YNs today are damn near crack babies. Think about it, the parents that were born in the late 1980s, a lot of them are crack babies. So maybe they didn't know how to raise their children right. Not making excuses, but hey man, we gotta look back. And I bring these things up because it's like, y'all wanna understand why black America is the way it is, or why black people are the way they are in America? Well, I'm trying to tell you, but if I bring these things up, y'all, they'll say I'm being a victim, or I'm making excuses. I'm not doing any of that. I tell y'all all the time, but I lead by example. I am a young black man, I'm 24, no criminal record, graduated from high school with a 4-point-something GPA, got a full ride to college. I'm married, have 3 children, an active father. My kids upstairs sleep right now, and I consider myself to be a positive role model. Like, I live by a moral code and I promote that.
You were to take a group of people and put them in an impoverished area, they're likely to commit more crimes because they have not been helped in the way that they need to be. But if you meet a black guy on the street and you say to his face, he's more likely to commit a crime than you, you're fucking racist. Yes.
Literally, y'all. Sorry to pause again already, Joe, but this is correct. Poverty has always had a correlation to crime. Always. You can go in any area of the world and you will see a link between poverty and high crime rate. Just go to some of these poor white areas in America. I mean, you see some of the same, it's mirror image. And let's just go off statistics. Based off the 2019 FBI data stats, the one they love to use for 1350, do y'all know that 69% of the crimes are done by white people? You know what I'm saying? So why is that not talked about?
The fact you're going to throw is clouded by the idiocy of yourself to not recognize why that fact is in existence. Not because black people are genetically more likely to commit a crime. That's stupid.
So this is the most liked comment under this thread. It's by Asmon Gold, 40,000 likes. It's true that blacks experience systematic racism. They benefit from it. Blacks and other minority groups enjoy preferential treatment through DEI and affirmative action at the expense of white and Asian Americans. Socioeconomic conditions is a cope, and everyone knows it.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even know this nigga Osman was like this, boy. Like, I used to watch some of his, takes, and they pretty much make sense, but man, I go like really do some research on the people I watch and shit. That's a crazy thing to say. I mean, blacks. Wow.
First off, DEI was started because black people weren't given the equal opportunities, right? So let me explain it to you. Say, for instance, a black person is a candidate for a job. It's 5 or 6 individuals, it's 1 black dude, 4 white people, and an Asian. All of these individuals pretty much have the same credentials. They got a college degree, same work experience, around the same age. But the hiree is a white person. Even though the credentials are all the same, he's going to pick a fellow white man. So DEI came around and was like, okay, let's make things a little more fair. That is all DEI is. DEI doesn't mean that you're less qualified and you get the job. It means that you're just given a better opportunity. But so many of these people, they're so stupid and they can't,
I ain't gonna lie. So the thing is, right, I've heard of cases whereby that happened, whereby the less qualified person actually got the job. But like, that's like not really uncommon and stuff like that. So yeah. But still though, he's making a very good point. So don't just base it off what you heard and like actually do some research. Like I'm gonna do some research about this shit and like figure out like if what he's saying is true or not. Right? So I mean, it's what it is, but just do your research and you'll probably be fine.
I don't know what's wrong with them. And the fact that Asmon Gold said that socioeconomic conditions are a cope, this is the same guy that said this.
And this might be a controversial opinion. People might not like this opinion, but I do think that black people now are still experiencing ripple effects of Jim Crow, slavery, pre-civil rights era, and also other forms of segregation and discrimination. I think that there are ripple effects of that now. Let me give you one example, and if you agree with this, that's fine. If you don't agree with this, that's fine. There are almost no black people in America that have had more than 2 or 3 generations of people that were properly educated because of segregation. I think that growing up in a family that speaks proper English, that understands the English language, gives you a tremendous insurmountable advantage over people who don't. So that's one example.
So So that was a couple of months ago, and maybe his audience didn't like that take, so he had to
Yeah,
get back to
change it a
gripping,
bit. Yeah.
being racist and not having nuance. Because what he said is right. Jim Crow, slavery, all this stuff have ripple effects. So man, he just pretty much exposed his whole theory right there. But if you guys want to see a full video debunking that whole thread that Asmongold said, go check out Birdman video. It's right here, man. He did a great job at dismantling a lot
Appreciate
of
it,
this
man.
bullshit. Now this right here is the second highest liked comment. It's made by a Korean. I tell you, a lot of these Eastern Asians, they see themselves as white too, and they reap the benefits of white supremacy. He says wealthy blacks commit more crimes than poor whites. It has over 19,000 likes, and its evidence for this is a chart from 2010. Like, they can't even find something new. The sons of black families from the top 1% had the same chance of being incarcerated on a given day as the sons of white families earning $36,000. Him showing this chart is not the gotcha moment that he thinks, because it actually proves that rich nigga, poor nigga, dark nigga, light nigga, fat nigga, skinny nigga, you still a nigga to these police and these white supremacist organizations. If y'all didn't know, man, black people are profiled at the highest rates of any group of people. Yes, and let me give you some evidence to support this. Black people make up 54% of all exonerations, despite only being 13% of the population. And this is the third like comment.
I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy though. But I count for approximately 53 to 60. Wow. 7.5 times more likely to be falsely convicted of serious. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking of going to America for a bit though, but nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Despite only being 13% of the population. And this is the third like comment. Finally, we got some sensible things. Let me fix this. Poor people are more likely to commit crimes. Middle class people are less likely to commit crimes. Rich people are more likely to get away with committing crime. Like it or not, this is common within every nation. It's also an education issue. The system was created to make sure that the lowest class aren't able to escape this reality. That, brother, is cooking. Even to add on to this, capitalism. Capitalism needs a low class of people to function right. So it's like, bro, I can break it down. You know what I'm saying? I'm dismantling all this shit. People gonna look at this video, the racist people, and still be like, oh, you're a victim. You're this and that. Man. It's a lose-lose situation. But I explain these things to all of my viewers that want to know, so that when you run into these type of people, you know how to hold your ground and fight back against the bullshit narrative that they try to put out there. Now, this thread is just full of racism. Pretty much everybody in the comment is just being like, oh, this dude's an idiot. Black people are this and that. But what you...
I ain't gonna lie. Let me say that shit. White people are so retarded. Hard to tell me that, but
much everybody in the comment is just being like, oh, this dude's an idiot. Black.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, the thing is, right, I ain't gonna say it.
People are this and that. But what you gotta understand is that, man, most of these white people in this thread have never had any interaction with black people. Their whole ideology is off of false stats and cherry pick videos that they keep engaging with. The way social media works is, if you see a black fatigue video, you're gonna keep getting fed that. That is why they do so good on YouTube. It's like, man, none of these people can ever tell you a first-hand experience that they have with black people, but they have black fatigue. They're gonna be like, oh, I saw this video. Oh, I saw that video. Oh, I did this. And it's like, bro, and just to even dismantle the theory that black people are inherently more violent, or they're inherently this or inherently that, no. Black people are just a product of their environment. This is the same reason why we see whitewashed black kids. For example, right, this is a video of a woman saying, asking my suburban kid to square up.
Yes, square up.
No, I saw this video.
Square up. Square up? Yeah. What does that mean? What you think it means? Square up. Okay, well, do what you think square up means. Like, get up and do what you think it means. If I tell you square up, what you think you're supposed to do?
Well, let's square. Then you better go up.
Man, I can find countless videos like that of suburban kids. Hell, I could go outside right now in my neighborhood, in the suburb, majority black, by the way. But like I keep stating, these people don't have interactions with black people. They see black fatigue videos online all day, and this molds their perception of us. That's it for this video, though. I hope you guys enjoyed. Listen,
man, I appreciate it, man. That's a good ass video, though. Like I said earlier, right? I'm new to like this content creation shit, and like, you know, black culture, like, you know, around the world, and especially America, right? So yeah, it's always good to have someone like Antonio talks to like educate us on, you know, what we never knew or what I want to know. So I appreciate you. And for my viewers that are still here by this time in this vid, you're probably like 1% of my viewers, right? I only got 33 subscribers right now, but I mean, Yeah, so like and subscribe. Let's get this out there, and I appreciate you all. I'm about to go to bed, bro. It's about 2 a.m. in the morning, and I'm tired.